Hi, my name is Samantha Laganek, and this is my reflection on ways to engage students. After watching Dorniai's video on student engagement, I believe that to encourage students' active participation in learning, teachers must emphasize student discovery and inquiry within their instruction. When we place restrictions on students' learning, their enjoyment of learning diminishes, similar to the recent experiences of kindergarten students of Brookline School District due to the national removal of play-based learning from public schools. Incorporating frameworks such as play-based learning, project-based learning, or problem-based learning within the face-to-face classrooms ignites students' curiosity and gets them involved in the learning process, utilizing strategies that focus on the whole student. In addition, these frameworks help students realize how concepts connect to the real world, showcasing the importance of their learning. This upcoming school year, I strive to integrate a project-based learning framework that focuses on social issues throughout each content area, requiring students to examine prevalent problems from different perspectives and develop innovative solutions. When students are working towards something, they begin to take ownership of their learning, making critical decisions about the project that impacts their progress. Whether students attend school virtually or in person, it is essential to engage students with their peers. During virtual learning, I facilitated group work through Google Meet breakout sessions. However, group work through However, because this was new territory, it lacked cohesiveness, causing some students to become less engaged during small group assignments. To integrate group work in person, I incorporated structured, cooperative learning groups, encouraging students to work towards their group goals as a team. For virtual learning, I also used Jamboard and Pear Deck to increase students' interaction, while also increasing the number of opportunities for students to practice their writing. I used the chat box to check students' understanding throughout the lesson, and I also found ways to integrate show and tell activities into my lessons. When my school implemented the blended model, my students loved Kahoot games because it enabled them to interact with their peers at home. My students also enjoyed using Flipgrid because it helped them become closer to the students at home, and it helped my virtual students feel a part of the classroom. Starting fall, my school will become 100% face-to-face, not offering any options for virtual learning. As of now, masks are optional for teachers and students. However, students must keep their social distance within classrooms and hallways. My principal encourages teachers to limit students' time on technological devices for the first 2 weeks of school, focusing more on reviewing classroom routines to ease their transition back into the classroom environment, and developing shared agreements to help facilitate a community of learning. The inclusion of social emotional learning strategies helps prompt communication and engagement with their peers and teachers, aiming to build stronger relationships and working towards creating a safe and comfortable learning environment for each student. After watching Dornai's presentation on student engagement, I realized the importance of igniting explanations and discussions on group norms at the beginning of the school year, encouraging groups to work together efficiently, and increasing their overall engagement during the completion of tasks. After reading Dornai's journal on motivation, I believe one way to encourage students' intrinsic motivation is to make learning tasks more enjoyable. For example, I can incorporate mystery into the lessons by giving students clues on what they're going to learn today and having them guess. Another way is to increase students' interest is to integrate hands-on activities or include student choice in assignment selection or book selection. Teachers can also encourage students' intrinsic motivation by increasing the learner's expectancy of success, since students are more likely to complete tasks if they believe they can succeed. One way to do this is by clearly stating the success criteria needed to achieve this task. My school is focusing on this heavily to help encourage students' intrinsic motivation after last school year, especially some students stayed virtually the whole school year. After watching the video on ethics of care, I visualized a student running through the motions of school, performing tasks because they have to, and causing them to lose satisfaction and sight of their educational journey, not feeling empowered by the knowledge learned, which affects their academic performance, and making it challenging for students to transform their knowledge into something meaningful. This perception of schooling results from students not feeling like they belong in the classroom environment and not feeling the genuine care from their teachers. Teachers uphold the responsibility to form meaningful relationships with each student, understanding that relationships require effort from both teacher and student. To help students feel genuine care for them, we must actively listen to them. and get to know them as individuals. The beginning of school is crucial for teachers to get to know their students and listen to what they have to say, showcasing a comfortable learning environment where each student has a voice. When students experience and acknowledge the teacher's genuine care, students gain more confidence in themselves, equipping them with the tools to go outside of their comfort zone, pushing the limits as a learner. Thank you for listening to my reflection, and I look forward to your feedback.